Monday, October 24th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here in the Weather on the One's Forecast Center here, and we had a great autumn weekend with some chilly nights, very comfortable type of afternoons, although still a little on the cool side. A lot of highs in the 60s through the weekend, but if you like fall, late October kind of weather, that was your kind of weekend. And we're going to keep the nice weather going over the next few days. In fact, some 70s for highs over the next several afternoons before another big push of chilly air arrives late this week. Some uncertainty with the forecast late this week, plus Tropical Storm Rina down there in the Caribbean Sea. I'll talk about all that here as today's video unfolds. Let's start off with the radar across the eastern United States. There's a couple of storm systems to note. One is a little upper level disturbance. It's moving through the region this morning. There's been a little bit of rain with this in parts of Georgia, the upstate of South Carolina, a couple sprinkles in the mountains, but I don't think any of that translates into the Piedmont this morning. Just some mid and high level clouds. And then there's also a cold front back there from the Great Lakes into parts of the Midwestern states. That'll swing through by tonight. Both of these systems, I think, translate into a dry day. Just some clouds at times as we go through our Monday forecast. Temperature-wise, there's some milder air building in the southern plains, and that is moving our way. And I think, again, that's going to mean some 70s for highs for us over the next few days. There's the upper air chart off the European model today. There's that upper level disturbance passing through in dry fashion. Now, sort of an interesting forecast later this week. This is Thursday morning on the European model, and notice we've gotten back to that scenario of instead of a whole full latitude trough swinging through, a piece of energy gets deposited into the desert southwest. And I will say the Canadian model is very, very similar to the European. Compare that to the GFS at the same exact time frame, Thursday morning, and notice it's much more consolidated, and the GFS does bring this through in one foul swoop. More so certainly than the European or the Canadian. And I'll show you what the differences are with what that means for our forecast in terms of the tangible weather in just a second. Let's go to the GFS today. Partly cloudy, some 70s for most Piedmont highs. Tomorrow it'll be low 70s, maybe a few spots in the northwest Piedmont of the upper 60s tomorrow, but full sunshine. Everybody well up into the 70s again on Wednesday and Thursday, right ahead of our next cold front. Now, again, this is going to be the GFS. Let's go to Friday, and there is a brief shot of some showers Thursday night, but then Friday and Saturday, kind of chilly and dry on the GFS. All right, let's go to the European. This is Thursday evening, and notice you have the cold front moving through, and there's that piece of energy left behind, and it results in a pretty good shot of some rain Friday night into Saturday. And the Canadian is similar, although it's a touch slower, and it's kind of a rainy day Saturday on the Canadian model. And then that system is gone off to the northeast. Pretty good coastal low trying to develop this weekend on some of the modeling, as it has for a couple of days. What I've done with today's forecast is I've thrown some clouds at times, at least some degree of cloud cover into the forecast for Saturday. I have not bitten on the rain scenario just yet, but just for weekend plans, especially Saturday, be aware that if the European and the Canadian scenario winds up being correct, it could be kind of at least an off and on rainy type of day Saturday. We'll see, and then everybody's dry and chilly on Sunday. Okay. Tropics. There's the big view, and Rina is the big tropical weather story. That's what it looks like on the satellite imagery this morning. Pretty good outflow in most quadrants, with the exception of the southeastern side. The center of the tropical storm is right in there. Most of this is off to the northwest of the center. Let me show you some of the spaghetti charts here. Well, there you go. And the general idea here this week is a track toward the Yucatan, but some of the models, and most notably the Hurricane Wharf and the GFDL, then turn this off to the northeast and head in the general direction of Florida. In fact, there's one frame from the GFDL. That's a major hurricane heading towards southwest Florida. But again, the GFDL and the Hurricane Wharf, sort of the outlying scenarios with that. And the reason is they make the system much deeper sooner, and because of that, the mid-level troughs swinging through the U.S. are able to pick it up. Now, here's the Hurricane Center forecast. They do bring this up to a hurricane very close to the Yucatan Peninsula, and then they basically have this sitting as a hurricane over Cancun and Cozumel Friday night and Saturday morning. So this is going to be something to watch over the next several days, and we will see if this winds up eventually getting pulled up in the direction of Florida by the weekend. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Thank you for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.